society just get your daily life going, you know? All right, you don't try to do tax evasion, try to get out of paying taxes and shit like that. You please the well, it's the Caesars, man. Okay, so that's what that's talking about, man. That's how you obey the rules when you read Romans 13th chapter. All right, you get this cracker what belong to him, because either way he gonna take it anyway. So you might as well just give it up to him. All right, go ahead.
He says, rendering unto Caesar, it's also not just money, but it's allowing him, look, that's y'all thing. Y'all want to be homos, fags, and all that. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to get in your way, but we going to continue to follow the scriptures. We not going to, go around killing and all that, because that's for the Most High. As the scriptures say, vengeance is mine. So we going to allow, we going to render unto you that wickedness. You go ahead and do your thing, we going to follow Yahweh.
Exactly right. That's called turn the other cheek.
Go ahead, bro. It says, and unto the Most High, the things that are of the Most High, that are the Most High.
We're on the things of the Most High, which is of the Most High, man. All right. So you come out here, and we don't partake in that stuff, but we come out here as what Yahweh Shem Yahshua ordained us, man. We give them the spiritual, we just do. We do the work. We conduct ourselves in a certain manner. All right. We conduct ourselves in the spiritual manner, man. So we give unto Yahweh Shem Yahshua what belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. We teach the elect. We come out here and prophesy, man. We don't eat pork. We don't eat shrimp. All right, those type of things, man. We set a standard in our life, man. We make our bodies a living sacrifice. All right, coming out here and also sacrificing our wants and desires, man. That's what belongs to Yahweh Shem Yahshua. But entangled in that, he tells us, like I said, if we take up sword, if we live by the sword, you're gonna die by the sword. So it all goes together. You know?
Like the house shot, he's gonna set a new standard for us when the enemy comes to try to set us. At least we gotta set a standard for him, you know?
Right, so this is an example of one of the men of the Lord, how they felt about bowing down to Babylon, man.
It's Daniel 2:1. And in the second year of the region of Nebuchadnezzar's dream of dreams, wherewith his spirit was troubled, his sleep break from him.
That's like a 3.
This is Daniel chapter 3:1. Nebuchadnezzar, the king, made an image of gold, whose height was 60 cubits, and the beneath thereof 6 cubits, and he set upon the plains of Dura and in the province of Babylon.
So Nebuchadnezzar created a statue of you see, so for people to marvel at, man, in the middle of Babylon. Go ahead.
Then Nebuchadnezzar, the king, set to gather together the princes of the governors, and the captains of the judges, and the treasurers, and the counselors, and the sheriffs, and all of the rulers of the province to come into dedication of the image where Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up.
Right, so he gathered all the prominent men, all of the law and of high stature to come worship this image, man.
Then the princes, the governors, and the captains, and the judges, and the treasurers, and the counselors, and the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the province were gathered together unto dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. They stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then had heard cried out loud, to you is commanded, O people, nations, language, that at what time ye hear the sound of the corn, fluid, harp, sackbut, Domicer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up.
Right, so they're saying here, man, whenever you hear all these instruments play, wherever you are in the land, you're supposed to get down your knees and completely submit yourself to the image, man. All right, go ahead.
Verse 6, whoever falleth not down, worship shall be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace.
All right, so whoever doesn't do that, man, they're gonna be pretty much put to death, man. And then that's what's gonna take place here in America as well at some point. They're gonna want you to take that chip, man. All right, when that truth gets mandatory, all right, it's either gonna be put to death or you're gonna starve, man. All right, that's gonna be the same scenario here, man. It's the same thing happening all over again. You know, that's why we don't put our hands over our hearts when the Pledge of Allegiance comes on. That's why I don't have my daughters recite the pledge at school. All right, we're not gonna pledge allegiance to no wicked ass society, man. That promotes homosexuality and the death of our people. All right, and most of all, trample upon our power in the sun, man. Giving a slap in the face and how about Shemal Shah on a daily basis, man. We're not gonna bow down to anything that this place has to offer as far as that, man. All right, we're just passing through, man. Go ahead.
So, and whoever so falleth not down, worship, shall the same hour be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. Therefore, at that time, when all the people heard the sound of the cornet, fluid, harp, sackbut, palace, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, the language, go down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king has set up.
All right, so they bowed down. Go ahead.
Wherefore, at the time certain Chaldeans came near and accused the Jews. Then they spake and said to the king Nebuchadnezzar, O king, live forever. Thou, O king, have made a decree that every man that shall hear the sound of the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, palace, dukwork, and all kinds of music, durmar, and all kinds of music shall fall down and worship the golden image.
Right, so they're down there, they're trying to accuse Daniel. Okay, when their names in Babylon was Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. All right, now they're trying to get them put to death, man, because they're a high statue. Okay, go ahead.
And whoever so falleth not down and worship that he shall be cast into the midst of the burning fiery furnace. They are certain Jews who there has set over the affairs of the province of Babylon. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that these men, O king, have not regarded thee that serve thy gods, that worship the golden image they shall have set up. Then Nebuchadnezzar in his rage had fury commanded to bring Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that they shall brought these men before the king.
Right, so they told Nebuchadnezzar they weren't bound down. All right, they were snitching them. All right, they were under the captivity of Babylon, but they still knew they were Israelites, man. They were men of the Lord. They had a standard. They know who their power was. Okay, their power isn't Nebuchadnezzar, man. Our power isn't the Rothschilds, man. All right, same thing. That's why Romans 15:4 says these things were written before time for our learning, man. We see how in the ancient world how the men of old acted, man, the men of the Lord. Okay, so we got to do the same thing, but we got to sanctify with that state.
This is Esther, well, in the Apocrypha, the extension of Esther, the 13th chapter, start at verse 4. It says, and declared unto us that in all nations throughout the world there was a scattered and certain malicious people that had laws contrary to all nations and continually despised the commandments of kings, so as the uniting.
So about the nation of Israel, man. We're known as troublemakers, man. We never would just fully bow down. All right. Even the Most High said that. That's why in the book of Jeremiah he said that we had to bow down to the king of Babylon. Whoever did, but he's gonna put to death, man, because his rule had to be done. We had to go into captivity. That's what he told Jeremiah. Go ahead.
So as the uniting of our kingdom, honorably intended by us, cannot go forward. Seeing then, we understand this people alone is continually in opposition unto all men.
Right, we continue in opposition unto all men. Why, man? Because we were fighting, worshiping our power, man. All right, and I believe that was Agag.
Yeah, it wasn't Agag, it was Haman.
Haman, that's what Haman did.
It was an Agagite.
Agagite, yeah. There you go. You know, that was him, man, trying to snitch and get Israel done away with, man. All right, go ahead.
And evil affected to our state, working all the mischief they can, that our kingdom may not be firmly established.
All right, so the same thing here, man. We weren't bowed down, so they try to get us removed, man. Go ahead.
Last verse. Therefore hath we commanded that all they that are signified in writing unto you by Haman, who was ordained over the affairs and is next unto us, that all with their wives and children be utterly destroyed by the sword of their enemies, without all mercy and pity, the 14th day of the 12th month Adar, this present year. You know what I'm like the reason because you know that was Haman putting that decree out, you know. The same thing Nebuchadnezzar did with Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego. They didn't want to bow down to to worship that image, so he tried to put them to death. You know?
The same thing happens in East captivity, man. They want us to bow down, and the Lord most always is a remnant to stand up, and then they try to put us to death, man. The same thing's gonna happen here, but this is gonna be the last go right. Okay, and the men of the Lord are not gonna be put. The majority of the men of the Lord are not gonna be put to death this time, man. All right, the Most High is gonna lift up the standard and come save the one that stood so stiffly for the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Because when he tell Elijah, there are gonna be 7,000 men who have not bowed down to the image of Baal. So that number represents completion, man. So that's gonna be the 144,000 along with the 1/3, man. That's not gonna bow down this time. All right, that are gonna hate their lives unto death, man, and fight for Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, say yes.
This is Romans chapter 13 and 1. It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers.
That is what we start off with, huh? Let every soul be subject to the higher powers. Go ahead.
For there is no power but of the Most High.
All right, there's no power but of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, man. How do we know that? The elect don't understand it, man. Why? Because he set up the so-called white man to begin with. That's why I get Psalms 75. Go ahead.
It says, the powers that be are ordained of the Most High. It says, 13 and 1, it says, of Romans, it says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. For there is no power but of the Most High.
Right, so there's no power but of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's the true power, man. All right, that's why you read in the 4th chapter, it says he put it down one and set up another, and he set up over, he sets up nations, man. Oh, even the basis of men. Okay.
78 is 8.
75.
75 is 8.
It says, let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of the Most High.
Most High. So what that's telling you is the Most High didn't make no mistakes. So if there's a person or entity that's put up in authority, the Most High did it. So to question it, you going against the Most High.
That's right. That's exactly what because he set it up for a purpose. The so-called white man was set up at this time to put hell